Hello, everybody. Welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This is episode, 29? Season 6 episode. Is it 29? Wow.
Yep.
Well,
I guess so.
Getting older every week. So what did everybody do for Earth Day?
Geez, it's Earth Day?
Today, the day we're recording, today is Earth Day, yes.
I'm just burning a bunch of tires out on my back porch.
Well, I decided I'd only burn 2 tires today. I mean, since nobody's volunteering, I'll just go ahead and say what I did. I picked up discarded masks at the Kroger parking lot with my bare hands.
Oh.
With your mouth?
With my mouth and my bare hands. And, well, no, look, I would had like my fingers just had all the loops. And then when I had that one little tooth that sticks out, so I hung it on there. And I tried to put together a used panty recycling drive. But I had 2 strict rules. I said, no fat chicks or olds. But trans friendly, but that didn't go over too well. You know, the people at the Catholic church down the street didn't like that.
Are you setting up one of those Japanese vending machines? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, recycled panties for sale. Don't set me up for something I can't do. I can't come to bat with that one. I can't. I wish I could, but it's not 1999 or 2012.
Look, you're the one who always has to make. Well, anyway.
I'm the one that how many times?
No, because I was going to refer to what you cut out like 2 episodes ago. So let's just leave it alone.
Yeah. But I've cut out a lot of R words. And by R word, I mean redundant.
Recycling, It's Earth Day.
Recycling for Earth Day. So, well, happy birthday to the Earth. I don't know what the fuck it means, but, recycle because, those places where they take the recycling and burn it all, they need to keep those jobs.
Yeah.
They don't recycle shit, by the way. You know that. I'm gonna recycle my plastic. Okay, it's going into an incinerator.
Look, Tim's got a Lizzo mug.
Jeff,
a Lizzo mug. It says "Dad" on it. It doesn't say.
Look at Jeff. He's addressing the elephant in the room.
Y'all are wrong.
She's cool, man. What's she doing with this? This picture that Jeff has, you can't see it unless you're at the YouTube and you're watching this on YouTube. But Jeff has a picture of Lizzo from her Instagram. Is that where it's from, Steph?
No, she did it for, I think, Essence Magazine. Essence posted it on their Insta today.
Yeah.
It caused quite a ruckus.
Well, it's brave of her to do that. I mean.
Well, not according to the ladies who comment on Essence.
Oh, ladies? Because guys aren't allowed to comment on
it. Oh, the women were just, God, were they vicious. And it was my coworker who sent it to me. She goes, I got something for you. Here you go. And she was like, look at this bullshit and sent it to me.
So what is the point of this? Is it to show you that everybody's beautiful and that, you should be proud of who you are? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. I think, listen, I've talked about her before. I'm not into her music, but I appreciate her as a talent. She's smart and she's funny and she knows what she's doing. And I appreciate that. She reminds me of Roseanne, 25 years ago, maybe even longer than that.
I don't even know how you can, even if you're like in great shape, to dance and sing and play the flute all at once.
Right.
That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of stuff to do.
But sitting there drinking a milkshake with no clothes on in the middle of a papasan chair that's straining, just to prove how beautiful you are is brave. And I raise a cup to Lizzo. Did you want to read some of those? You've been itching all day to read a couple of those, right?
No. I sent it. Just to give everybody some subtext, I sent it to us in our group because I just want to see what your initial reactions would be to it. And, that was really it. My take on it was that I feel much like the women who commented is that she's not as self-confident as she tries to portray with these pictures.
I think we should all do it. I think all of us should do it.
Oh, I think we should. You should definitely. Just doing the calendar. You getting the Radio Labyrinth the man spread going here. The calendar.
Everybody, even Pickle.
Oh no! Oh, are you kidding me? Me and Pickle are completely like. I've told him, if you ever see me in a tank top, it's because I'm in a casket. We both are very much about cover that shit up.
You're never nudes.
Nobody wants to see it.
You buried in Alabama.
If I could be, I would be never nude.
You got your jean cutoffs underneath your pants.
Yeah, but they'd be like knee knockers, like jorts all the way to your knees, probably. I wouldn't wear like shorty shorts.
So, all right. Well, congratulations to Lizzo. Your bravery is to be applauded. I know it takes an awful lot of effort to not lose weight because I've been in the same place.
And just to me, taking a photo of yourself like that and putting it out seems to me she's doing it more for the shock value that she knows it's going to give, as opposed to being confident.
But I like that. And it annoys people if we say it's 50% that she knows that she's going to annoy people and get people to say mean things. That kind of reveals who those people are. So that's kind of a subtle troll. But on the other hand, again, if people want to do it, who cares? And there's so much crap going on in the world that this probably won't cut through like it would have cut through 10 years ago, right?
Right.
Oh God. But now it's like, okay, good for you. Yay. Bravo. Next. Because there's so much crap to talk about, you just got to turn on the news and it's just blah, blah, blah. Everybody hates each other. And then you go to Facebook, everybody fights and hates. Now you got the two biggest idiots in Congress. They're going to square off for a debate. I don't know why, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful, which I will not. You've heard about this, right? AOC and that Marjorie Taylor Greene are going to have a debate.
This is completely against our charter to talk about this on the show.
I'm just telling you. They're both idiots. And
is there going to be like a John Candy like mud ring involved?
Yeah, I thought it was more like what was it, nitwits or dimwits from SCTV?
Oh my God.
I think the moderator. I can't say it. I'll get in trouble. Never mind. So we're just going to move on.
That's best.
Yeah.
Leave Lizzo alone, y'all.
Leave Lizzo alone.
Then look, my take on it is my coworker, and she was savagely disgusted by it, and so were a lot of the people who commented. I don't know. I mean, she really hates thirst,
clout chasing and thirst.
This seems very thirsty.
Yeah,
I think that's part of it. Which to me, I mean, I looked at it, I was like, I mean, but I wasn't like, oh God, I'm struggling with this. It didn't bother me to that
I saw
degree.
it. I'm like, okay, that's Lizzo.
I was struggling hard. Get my pants off.
Well, I know you couldn't do it quickly enough.
Well, Jeff, she's only trying to hook up with like Chris Evans. So I don't know. You have to get your Captain America costume out.
I'm on it.
Chris Evans.
She did. She was DMing him.
Oh, really?
Drunk DMing him.
He's like, we can be friends.
Well, he dated Jenny Slate, so for like 2 years.
I'd rather date Lizzo than Jenny Slate.
Lizzo's prettier for sure. God, this is such a misogynistic.
Why is it misogynistic?
It's horrible.
It's not misogynistic.
Jenny Slate's beautiful. Now I got to change my background picture to Jenny Slate.
Oh, she's foul mouthed, and
I fucking love her for that.
I don't like foul mouthed women except for Steph and my wife.
Oh, thanks.
And every other woman that swears. Okay, we're gonna move on and stop talking about society's ills and the beautiful women who are so brave to take their clothes off and sit in a papasan chair. Bamboo strains. So I'm going on vacation, and this is the last show I'll be on. Well, not the last show. Monday. You guys are doing the show, and you're going to send it to me, and I'm going to edit it and put it together. But there's also an interview with a coworker of mine who, I don't ever see anymore because he doesn't come in the office. But his name is Jesse Brooks. He's got two projects going on that are both successful and both vastly different. But the first one is the Dadsplaining podcast, which I'm going to dive into on my trip since I'm driving. You can find it at Dadsplaining, and we'll add links into it on Monday's show. But he also runs something that I found to be very funny and cool. It's called Sign Peaks, and it's a mashup of Seinfeld and Twin Peaks. And I think it's funny because in the interview, he explains how he got into Twin Peaks because of me and Eric von Hessler, and he's mashing them up, and he's putting together an audio play that I think is going to be. He did a Kickstarter for it, and we'll have that in there too. I think he's reached his goal, but he may need a little bit more. But we'll have all the information there. But I'm really looking forward to you guys hearing this because I love Seinfeld and I love Twin Peaks, and you mash them up, and there's some funny videos and stuff. So Dustin will put all that stuff in the YouTube version of the show, and in the audio version of the show you'll just hear the regular old interview, but looking forward to that. And then I'm working on another guest for next week on Thursday, and more on that later on. But yeah, you can follow us on Twitter at radio_labyrinth. Facebook, it's just Radio Labyrinth, and you go down to the bottom of the page, join the group, right? The group.
Yeah, you just have to click the group tab,
right?
The Radio Shack.
And of course, we have our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/Radio Labyrinth podcast. And go there, follow, like, subscribe. Subscribe is very important. You don't have to ever go back. I mean, it's cool if you do, and you like to look at us because Jeff has Lizzo up. But you can just subscribe and tell your friends and share it and get them to subscribe. So Dustin doesn't have to eat popcorn for dinner every night.
Lizzo back.
Put Lizzo back. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm going on vacation. I see somebody put a story up here saying that I was going to go to Manhattan. I'm not going to Manhattan. I'm not going anywhere near New York City, so you can forget about it. But I will be listening to. Oh, before I get on,
that's because they're decriminalizing prostitution in Manhattan. So I figured that's why you were heading up there.
Yeah, by the end of the year, everything will be legal because there won't be any police. Hey, our good friend Garrett Kemble, who we had on the show because he was on Forged in Fire, longtime supporter, longtime radio, longtime producer, heard us talking about knives and how I was going to go on vacation and maybe swing by Towanda, Pennsylvania, where Jay Nielsen's place is. And Garrett said, I'll make you a knife. And so he made me a knife. Look at that. Can you see that?
Cool.
You can't see it.
Jealous.
Here, you can hear it. That's a knife. But look at this thing. It's razor sharp. It's got a really cool end on it, a really cool blade on it. And according to him, it will kill and it will cut.
Are you going to cut the umbilical cord with that?
No. But my wife asked me, she goes, why do you need a knife? I said, to cut things. She said, what things? I said, snakes.
Find a big rat and just hang it up and take a big, huge swing at it and see what happens.
Ooh, I almost cut my cord there.
You're cutting snakes. You're just cutting snakes.
I'm just going to cut me some snakes with this fucker. I'm going to go to the zoo and cut me some snakes. But it's really cool, and it's heavy. It's got a good feel to it. Like you buy a knife at like Walgreens or something. I don't know if they sell knives there, but I'm assuming they do. But you buy, it's not heavy. This is heavy. It's made of ivory. It's not real ivory, of course, because he didn't go kill an elephant. But it's also.
I feel like you should go get a ball peen hammer and hit it a few times. Let's make sure that it passes the strength test.
No, hit it with a ball peen hammer.
And then hang that sweatshirt up on that hook behind you and take a swing at that sweatshirt and see what happens.
Cut up my Mansfield baseball sweatshirt.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they make them anymore.
Well, that was very cool, Garrett. Garrett, I'm very jealous.
That's an awesome knife, but take it easy there, Stabby.
I can't wait to be stabbing. Guys, you know what? There's all sorts of pop music out there that I don't know anything about because I'm old. However, there's a new album out by a band that everybody that's here knows. I don't know if everybody likes them, but Cheap Trick, man, they put out a brand new album on the 9th of April. I just found out about it yesterday, and I've already listened to it twice. So if you're a Cheap Trick fan, this is an album for you. It has a little bit of the 70s feel. If you like some of that 80s stuff that they did, which I didn't like at the time, but it's nostalgically great. It's all there. It's a great, fun summer album. It's called In Another World. And there's just all sorts of that great Cheap Trick power pop in it, if you remember how they sound. And it actually went to #1. I don't know on what chart it went to #1. Billboard's rock chart. It's their first #1 album. So congratulations to Cheap Trick. You guys like Cheap Trick?
Oh, yeah.
I liked some of their older songs. Their 80s stuff, I'll always remember them as being when my cousin Becky married her closeted gay husband, who everybody knew was gay.
The Flame.
And he sang The Flame to her at the wedding. And us being in the back, like, oh my God, I can't even handle this right now. Is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
But he did a really good job.
I like that song.
They're not together anymore.
Oh, that's too well. Hopefully they're both happy and he found himself the right guy.
No, they're both meth heads, and he lives under a bridge, and she almost burned down the Family Dollar because she was anyway
cooking meth at the Family Dollar.
That's terrible.
She was living upstairs above the Family Dollar, and there was no
the
power
roof?
there. Well, the Family Dollar was closed down.
Oh.
She was just kind of vagrating, living above there, and she was, didn't have any power. She was using candles, and she almost burnt the Family Dollar down. If there's no more left, they've all been burnt down by the meth heads.
What have all been burnt down by the meths?
The Dollar Generals.
The Family Dollars.
The first Dollar General was erected back in 1875, and they had a lot of people back then. It was Dick and Dilaudid, and I had a cousin back then. He and his wife, he was a dandy. She was one of the Sapphic women, and they was both into doing Dilaudid and having all sorts of crazy weirdo sex. And it tickled me when they started setting fire to everything. And I said, well, you could have been useful in Sherman's army down in Atlanta, because they set fire, and then they set fire to the entire state of South Carolina and Georgia. But they eventually worked all the problems out and ended up having a couple of children. One of them grew up to be William McKinley. Okay, I'm done. No more.
They were called penny generals back then.
Yeah.
The Penny General.
Yeah, the Penny General was a place where you went if you had a penny. And a lot of people didn't have pennies back then because, they only had an Indian on them. And a lot of people didn't want to carry a savage Indian in their pocket, thinking that it would probably set fire to them or try to scalp them. But, people figured out eventually that pennies are not autonomous beings and cannot, like a transformer, unite and form a Native American made out of copper that'll kill you. People smart.
Try to roll it in smallpox, though, anyway, huh?
Well, that was long before. That wasn't us. That was the Dutch. It really was. I don't know. Okay, moving on. Speaking of rock music, I know, Jeff, you really wanted to wait on this, but it's important to me to talk about the passing of Jim Steinman. You guys know who Jim Steinman is. So he's the I don't know, what do they call him? The Wagner of rock and roll. He's a guy that produced and wrote music and songs. I think everybody knows his songs. If you've ever listened,
every now and then I get a little bit
nervous because I'm never coming around. That video, by the way, we didn't have MTV, so we had to stay up till I think 11 when WTBS at the time, Channel 17, would put on Friday. No, it was
Friday Night Videos.
No, Friday Night Videos. It was NBC.
Night Flight.
Yeah.
Night Flight was USA, though, wasn't it? There was something, TBS showed videos overnight, and it was on Friday and Saturday nights. And the video for Total Eclipse of the Heart came out, and it scared the shit out of us because of the blue glowing eyes all those creatures had that she was going to bang. But Bonnie Tyler, she said, I didn't know she was British, but he wrote that song, and it was, I think, his biggest hit of all time. But he also wrote Bat Out of Hell, Meatloaf's breakthrough record. And he wrote Bat Out of Hell 2, the one with that, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And you can hear his sound in all these songs. They're just orchestrated. They're cool. There's a lot of layers and shit going on in all of his music. But Celine Dion's "It's All Coming Back to Me Now," I think that's one of the reasons I like that song, is because it's a Jim Steinman song. So this guy, in every decade since he's been alive, has produced or written for Hollywood, for rock artists, for non-rock artists, but made a big impression. I mean, the summer of 1978, my mother and her friend and her friend's kid and we went to Wildwood, New Jersey, which meant we drove in the car. We sat in the back seat, no seat belts, but we had an 8-track player, and the only thing we listened to was Bat Out of Hell the whole way down and the whole way back. That probably pissed them off, but it was great. and I had that 8-track until the 8-track broke, and I've had the record and I've had the cassette. I still have the CD. It's one of my favorite albums, and it has a lot of really good memories to me. And Bad Out of Hell, great album. It's cheesy as fuck, but it's really, you know, a product of its era. I mean, it's one of those. It's the 70s.
Earl Brown posted a nice little tribute to him. You know, he played Meatloaf in that TV movie.
Right, and I'm sure Steinman had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Right. That guy's getting out of here like a bat out of hell. So rest in peace, Jim Steinman. And before we get to news, we have a post that I grabbed from the Radio Labyrinth Radio Shack, Michael Thornton. We've been talking a lot about our secret spots and our food and where we go to eat in Atlanta and cool places like that. And he wrote, I can't believe I'm about to give out one of my secret spots, but I want them to survive. So here it goes. Since you guys were talking about Burger Week, I wanted to share this place with you. On Pleasant Hill Road, which is in Gwinnett County, at the end of Ronald Reagan Parkway is a Latin mall called Plaza Las Americas. Used to be a Lowe's. In the food court is a Venezuelan burger and hot dog joint called La Sabrosita. They don't have a website, but there are photos in the Yelp review. I know Tim was talking about a ridiculous meat sandwich. If you're into that, I encourage you to take a gander at La Malandra. It's Vortex worthy, but with only 1/4 of the cost. And it looks like there's tons of shit on there that I would like. So if you guys want to do a road trip sometime after we have our event in May, I say we go there.
That's down the street for me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Did you ever go there?
I have never been there. Actually, there used to be there was a La Sabrosita on Lawrenceville Highway, and then they moved and it became a Don Pablo's or whatever. So I'm wondering if that's the same La Sabrosita or is it La Sombrosita? I don't know, but no, I have not been there. But I know exactly where it is. It's between Burns Road and 29.
Looks good.
It's next to Berkmar High School.
All right. Once everybody's double vaxxed, we'll go. Before we have to get the booster, but after the second shot.
When are you getting your second shot?
On the 30th of April.
So it'll be good by the time we get out to Atlanta Pizza and Gyro.
Pickle's getting stuck Sunday.
Yeah, he is.
First one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he going? Walgreens?
Gwinnett Drugs.
Nice.
I'm going under the bridge. So Stephanie's old brother-in-law.
He's going to stick you with something besides the needle, though.
Cousin-in-law.
My cousin Gary.
Yeah. Hi, I'm going to stick you.
Oh my God.
Under the bridge. Who's trapping on my bridge?
He'll sing the flame while he vaxes you.
I will feed the flame. All right, we're gonna talk with Mike Hall from Atlanta Pizza Gyro about our event that's coming up in May. Make sure you listen to that, and then we're gonna come back with news. Right, hey, before we move on, we have Mike Hall with us, and Mike is, of course, the owner and proprietor of Atlanta Pizza Gyro, and helping us put together our get together. Now, before we talk about it a little bit, I want to ask Dustin, how's the response been on the Radio Shack?
Good. We've had I think over 25 people say yes, they wanted to come. We had 3 or 4 maybes, and we had a couple of no's, but the no's actually gave reasons as to why they couldn't show. So everybody's had a positive response.
Well, that's great.
A good turnout. That's great.
We'll have to keep reminding people. So what we're doing, thank you again to Mike. And we are going to have a get together on Sunday, May 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. at Atlanta Pizza Gyro in beautiful downtown Conyers. And why don't you tell us what you're doing, Mike?
Gonna put together a little spread, nothing fancy, stuff we always do, stuff we already do, with a couple extras for Tim. And yeah, just to thank everybody and to celebrate the fact that we can actually get together. I got my second shot today.
Oh.
Congratulations. How
Thank
do you feel?
No, actually, the first one hurt my arm shortly after I started feeling it. I don't feel hardly anything, but it is early. It's only been a couple hours. So when the third arm grows out of my head, I'll let you know.
How's your 5G signal now, though?
Yeah. I mean, you must be getting.
You got 5 bars.
Oh, I can see ones and zeros. I guess I'll figure that out.
You don't grow an extra arm; a dick grows out of your forehead. It dangles just. You can't quite get it.
You can't.
Maybe that was just a dream I had, and I'm sorry. You're here to talk about
It's not long enough to touch your nether region, I guess.
All right. So what we're
We
doing?
will. What you asked me what we were doing. I apologize. I got off.
That's okay.
off the point. So we'll have pizza stations. We'll have food for everyone. It's a way to say thank you. Doesn't cost you anything to come out. So if you want to come out and just hang, I got you, soft drink. I got your tea. I got your sweet tea, whatever. Good pizza, and we'll have some salads too that you can have. So it'll all be individualized and all be kind of, of a safe buffet kind of a style. And we'll have gloves and sanitizer and whatnot. And, we'll try to make everybody comfortable and everybody can get a good bite to eat and enjoy themselves and just the camaraderie of hanging out with you guys.
Awesome.
And it's $8 for the pizza if you want to eat, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to, and hopefully we'll get a little dessert from some other folks. And that way we can all have a little bite of some extra treats and whatnot.
Oh, I'm gonna bring a dessert. I'm bringing a dessert for
If
sure.
you want to bring a dessert, bring it.
I would be disappointed if you didn't, Steph.
And I'll be slathering the sanitizer gel all over everybody.
I figured you'd eat in your gloves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a melted, what's that ice cream cake called? The Viennetta.
The Viennetta?
Viennetta. It's
You're just gonna pour it in a glass and drink it.
It's just gonna be melted by the time I get it there.
Hey, that's Dustin's birthday cake.
Oh yeah. Dustin, when's your birthday?
July 30th.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it'll probably take me that long to find one of those Viennettas because I've been stalking Kroger and they still either they're sold out of them or they never have them.
Oh, so you have to come to the one on Five Forks, and Five Forks trick 'em.
If I go to the one on Five Forks, I'm gonna have to sit in the truck and eat the whole thing.
Yeah,
I'll never make it back home. And I'll do it too.
Eating the whole one is a little extreme. The half, it's like, you eat the half, then you take a break, and then you eat the other half.
Well, Mike, people can bring their own desserts if they want to stop and get gourmet donuts or make a cake or something. Just don't get your COVID in it or whatever disease you may or may not have.
Make it interesting, make it fun.
Yeah. And at the end of the event, we'll pass around a bucket and you throw in a bucket, cheap bastard.
Yeah. Take care. Don't
care.
forget to tip your bartenders and your waitresses.
Well,
on a Sunday, and I'm asking these folks to come in and work, so they're they're doing it as a favor to their boss, but I'm also their friend, and they know you're a fun crowd too. They'll enjoy it. So
I'm excited.
So we'll take care of them, and I'll even bring our banner.
Cool. We need to get some use out of that banner.
Yeah. This will be the second time we've used it.
Since you had it hanging up on the outside of yours and Caitlin's house.
No, it's hanging over our bed. Mike, thank you for coming on, and we'll keep reminding everybody, and everybody just stay glued to the Radio Labyrinth Radio Shack on Facebook.
And it's Kim. Is it Kim's birthday? Is that why you're making her cake?
Happy birthday, Kim.
My wife Kim's birthday. She's not here yet. She just texted me that she's left work, so I've got to run and get her birthday. I'm telling her.
Oh, a gift card.
Get her birthday dinner. She wanted me to pick up.
Here's your Sears gift card.
No, I'm getting her a Big Mac, no onions, with fries and a Diet Coke. She's been on a diet. She's like, I'm going to be bad tonight. I'm going to have a Big Mac for my birthday.
Big Mac. I haven't had.
Do it. Yeah, do it up.
Remember they made the one with a quarter pounder for a little bit? I want them to make that one again.
They'll still make you one of those. You just got to ask for it, and you can. I think
not
you,
in my McDonald's that I know of.
Yeah, it's a grill order. You can order a Big Mac with quarter pounder patties.
Oh shit! All right, thanks for telling me that. I'll be shitting myself all the way. Mike, thank you. We will talk to you in May.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye, Mike. Thanks
Mike.
man.
Oh yeah, I was going to Lake Onondaga there, and we went down with Finger Lakes. They call me the Finger Lake Slasher, but I don't like that so much. I'd rather be called Syracuse CM. I like that. Yeah, you know why they call me that? I skinned my humps.
And we're back.
Yes, we're back. Dustin, you got news and shit?
Looks like Ted Nugent is got the COVID. The guy that said that it didn't exist, that it was a hoax.
Wang Bang Sweet Poontang, or whatever that song is called.
It's got a stranglehold on him now.
Yes. Oh, see, you beat me to it, goddamn.
Yeah, he had come out in December and calling it a hoax and all the usual rhetoric that spews forth from his mouth. Mm-hmm. And looks like Monday he changed his tune, calling the pandemic a clusterfuck, and it was he couldn't get the word clusterfuck out of his mouth before he started coughing.
Well, didn't he say it's the sickest he's ever been in his entire life?
Yeah, it said his ass.
Yeah, he basically, what everyone else has said
fever
about it. I think he would rather have had cat scratch fever.
Yeah, I don't know why people really believe. I don't know that he actually believed it's a hoax. But here's the thing: did he come out and tell everybody that he had it? Is that how people know?
Yeah.
He definitely thought it was a hoax, Tim. He called it the Chinese shit. He said it was bullshit. Like, he's an anti-masker, all that.
Right. Well, I don't know. I guess he's a dope. But here's the thing though: is everybody gets a boner. I think that when somebody admits, who said previously that they didn't believe it exists or whatever, they admit it, that they caught it, and then they're contrite about it, which he really wasn't. But if they are contrite about it, it becomes on social media, fuck you, Trump, blah, blah. And I get tired of that shit. I'm glad he's not going to die from it. You know what I mean? And I don't care about his politics. I still like a lot of his old music, except for Damn Yankees. That stuff sucked.
I know 2 songs by him.
What do you know?
Stranglehold and Cat Scratch Fever.
You don't know Wang Dang Sweet Poontang?
I guess now that you mention it, I do know that song.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't talking about the song. I don't care. I met him one time and he was really, really cool. He didn't have that persona that you see when he's doing shit on television. But there's no need to run around calling it the Wuhan flu or any of that shit. Just, it is what it is. And best of luck, Ted Nugent.
Yeah, like even if you don't wear masks or you don't believe in the mask or whatever, you don't think it's a hoax. I mean, no, it is real. Come on.
Obviously, it's not a hoax. I know
600,000 people died of a hoax.
Right.
My doctor had it. He said, I had it over Thanksgiving. It was the worst.
My nephew's football coach died of it yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic is back in the news.
What I do this time?
Well, this time he is he has decided to call out for help to none other than Carol Baskins.
That bitch. I think I love you, Carol Baskins. Help me get out of prison. I'm rotting in here.
Yeah, looks like he's turned his he's trying to get out of prison again. She's offered to more than, I think what she's offered is not what he's actually trying to get. She's offered that she would help in any way that she could in rewarding him if he went along and with the new bill that was passed in December, the Big Cat bill. She wants him to endorse it. And follow through, have all of his friends that he worked with, basically rat him out and get him arrested. And if he'll go along with this, then she will do what she can to help shorten his sentence or get him out or help him with a pardon. But to me, it just seems like he's reaching for straws at this point.
I'll do whatever it takes. Just get me out of here. I ain't gonna have no more tigers. I won't even get house cats.
He's been in there for 2.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And, no one has said that, him agreeing to do what he's, going to do with Carol Baskins is going to help him in any way legitimately.
Right. What, I think Attorney General?
Exactly. I mean, and she's even said that, just because he says he'll do what he's going to do, doesn't mean he'll do it once he gets out. So to me, it sounds like both of them just trying to stay current.
Yeah, they need to stay where they started. The beginning of the pandemic, you guys helped us get through those first couple of weeks with your stupid show. And you're horrible, awful people, all of you. Everybody in that movie. go away. We're gonna have the dumb movie that people are making now that will fail. But other than that, I don't need to see you no more. I'm just gonna feed me to the tiger that ate your husband, bitch.
That guy with the fake leg seemed like a decent dude.
I don't know. I guess, did he do meth? I'm sure they all did meth. Oh, fucking the one guy with no teeth. Yeah, I fucked him. I don't care. I just feed him. I'll fuck anybody that just takes care of me and gives me meth. I don't know nothing about cats. I'll go wash a line.
But if I'd never slept with him, I'd never have met my wife.
I wouldn't. I never would have met my wife. I got a free truck.
And new teeth.
Suck some cock, and I got new teeth. Don't knock it.
He had like hippopotamus teeth.
He did. He had summer teeth. Summer here, summer there.
Also, it looks like Netflix is closing in on a deal with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley to do the Shout It Out Loud series about the early days of Kiss and how those two started the band.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did you guys come about Netflix and get working together on this one?
Well, first of all, let me say this. I am exclusive to the Von Hessler Doctrine on WS. So me being here is a big get, okay? And I'm not really supposed to do this on here. I don't know if there's a rule, but
Radio Labyrinth, we have Saul Stanley.
Yeah, I'm Saul Stanley. You know who I am? I'm Stanley Stanley. Since Stanley is my real name, my name is Stanley, and my last name is Eisen, Stanley Eisen. So I'm not Paul Stanley, I'm Stanley Eisen. So Chaim and I got together and we decided that we would do a show, like a movie, work for Motley Crue and, Queen and, Elton John and all those other people. So we're going to do a movie. I'm going to paint the whole thing. And no, I'm not. It's going to be a lot of work. But we are going to do this thing with, what did I say his name is? Oh, yeah, Joachim Ronning is his name. Joachim Ronning. He's going to direct it. It's going to be on Netflix. So, we're going to make a lot of money. A lot of people are going to watch it. So please support Kiss with Stanley Eisen and Chaim.
Who's going to play you? Like Pete Davidson or somebody?
I was thinking, no, not Pete Davidson. He's pretty annoying. Who was I thinking could play me? Oh, you know who I want to play me? Idris Elba.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
He's a good actor. I think he's fantastic. I love The Wire. My dad and I watch Luther.
What if he got how about Jenny Slate?
Jenny Slate can play Paul Stanley. I mean, no, Peter Criss. Yeah, that's who's playing Peter Criss. It's going to be the least, and Lizzo is playing Ace Frehley. So it's going to be amazing. We have to get new boots. And I did decide that I would let Ace, he can be a grip on the movie. We decided that you can be a grip and Peter Criss can run craft services. And then we'll pay him, minimum wage or whatever, whatever the rate is.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Yeah.
Well, those guys, they're interchangeable. I mean, you can get anybody and put them in a cat. That's it. Hey, look, it's the cat man, whatever. Can he play drums? Sure.
Well, it's definitely going to look good. I mean, Ronning, he's known for Kon-Tiki and Maleficent that came out recently.
I didn't see those. But yeah, I don't care as long as we get money. I mean, your friend Stanley Eisen. I can't pronounce Gene Simmons. What is it? It's Chaim. Whatever. He was born in Israel. Okay, give him a break. You seen his hair lately? It's like
give him a break. His mom died.
Well, probably he's old like I am, but my father's alive. He's 100 and something. Mr. Eisen, I call him, and he eats all my spaghetti dishes that I make. But anyway, so Idris Elba, if you're available, I think you'd be a really good Paul Stanley. If not him,
Idris, maybe Method Man. Method Man could probably pull it off.
Well, I was thinking DMX, but
you want someone who's an artist, so maybe George W. could play you.
George W. Bush would be a really good Paul Stanley, although he's younger than me. Did you know that?
Can you do a George W. impression, Paul Stanley?
See
Saul?
if I can. Let's see. How would I do a George W. Bush impression? Okay. We hear you. You know, it's hard. A lot of people find it's hard to put food on their family. I believe that mankind and fish can coexist peacefully.
It's like he's here.
Want me to do Paul Stanley?
Yeah,
you wanted
please.
the best, you got the best.
Let's put the X in sex. How about let's go to the firehouse? I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. Rest, sailor's only daughter, a child of the water.
Do you take
Proud-
requests?
Yeah, go ahead. If I know
Look
it,
it
I'll
up.
sing it.
Hit me with some Strutter.
Strutter. Songs about hookers. Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are bombing, and we just can't kill enough. You know what I like to shoot Laura with?
What?
My love gun. Black diamond. Doo, 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 doo.
Does she look it up?
She's worth a deuce. I told her I'm worth a deuce. Drink a little cold gin, pray to the god of thunder, call her friend Beth, have her come over. Our next door neighbor, Christine, she's 16. Gives me a reason to live. Sometimes it shocks me at how hot Christine 16 is. All right, go ahead. Thanks.
Well, it didn't take long after they had released the video or the trailer for the new Marvel movie that's come out, Shang-Chi with the 10 rings.
Yeah.
He had, I guess, posted on Twitter a joke about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Nothing about being sideways, right?
It was not even them, you know, the collective them.
Is Nicki Minaj mad at him?
I don't think she is even mad at him as much as the people that are just trying to find a reason to cancel something that comes out. I mean, I think it's the Marvel cancel machine. It's like, okay, there's something new. Let's go dig through their past and see what we can find. And if that's the best they could come up with, I don't think this guy's really got a problem.
Oh, I just thought of who could play me other than Idris Elba. Sorry to interrupt your news. Gina Carano. Just made me think about it.
What?
That would be funny.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt your story about Simu Liu.
Well, yeah, they was just comparing her. I guess they said he was comparing her music to a homeless man yelling at a pigeon.
That's not fair. Nicki Minaj is actually quite talented.
Well, but he's also talking about Nicki Minaj from 2012.
Yeah, I know.
And so, I mean, Nicki Minaj, yes, I guess proved herself. She's been, she's put out a lot since then. She's hung around. She's still there. But at the time, I mean, she was the new, splash girl. She was the one that everybody was trying to, ooh, who's this?
She was super popular in 2012. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So
like
it's-
all that. Her was Iggy Azalea. I mean, they were all kind of like out at the same time.
Her songs were really poppy as far as I can recall. And I even downloaded a couple of them.
She's a good singer. I
Yeah.
like her singing better than her rapping. Her rapping is blah.
Can she play the flute though? That's the question.
And dance at the same time.
Clink, clink, let's go get a drink. It's a good song, Starships. What are you laughing at me for? I'm not kidding. I like Nicki Minaj. You guys, I'm surprising you with all my quality musical takes. See, I don't like any Cardi B songs.
No, nobody does.
And I guess to round out the cancel culture segment of the show, Scott Rudin is stepping away from all of his projects.
Who the hell is Scott Rudin? I've been seeing his name everywhere. This guy's mean. He's abusive. I don't know who he is.
He's a producer who, he works with, has worked a lot with FX and FXX. He's worked in the past with a lot of teen shows.
Yeah.
He's one of the executive producers of What We Do in the Shadows.
What did he do?
He's an
An
executive
asshole, I
producer.
guess,
No,
yeah.
no. I mean, what did he do? Did he sexually harass people?
No, I think he's an asshole, and people are
He chucked a baked potato at somebody.
Cooked or not cooked?
I don't know.
Baked.
It was baked, so yeah. But he chucked a baked potato at somebody's head, and
I got hit by a baked potato.
and then supposedly he smashed a keyboard on somebody's hand.
Oh, well, that's not fair. That's not nice. If he's physically abusive, then sure.
Yeah, he throws shit at people and just shreds them from their feet. I think that the Tom Cruise character in Tropic Thunder is kind of.
Yeah, I thought that was Harvey Weinstein, so it's not. It's Rubin.
Well, I think they're all.
Rubin.
Yeah, I think it's an amalgam.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. I mean, he was mean. Oh, fuck off. You get paid him $10 million to be in a movie. He was mean to me. Oh,
What would you
suck
do
it up.
if Eric chucks a baked potato at your head?
I would be mad. I don't make if I made $10 million a year and Eric threw a baked potato at my head, I would be like, oh, Eric threw a baked potato at my head. If I made 20 grand a year, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm going to HR. I get Harvey Weinstein. I totally do. But this guy's just a dick. I mean, work for somebody else.
Well, I guess the news was that he had definitely been taken off of a lot. I mean, looks like 8 to 10 different projects for FX.
Mhm.
But the one that was up in the air was What We Do in the Shadows. It's one that he's still attached to at the moment. And everyone's trying to figure out why that one is not, being included with everything else.
Well, considering who the other producers are of that show, I'm surprised he's still involved. But okay, I'll give you an example of an event that wasn't run by a dickhead. That horrible boxing event that I talked about on Tuesday's show, or the last show that we did, that Triller Fight Club thing, that had nobody with any ability to get people to do what they needed to do to make a tight ship run. That was a horrible event. And that is the future of entertainment. Just, we got to be nice to everybody. No, if you want something to run, you have to be a douche.
Well, I looked at, speaking of that, in making the edit for the YouTube video, looking into that a little more.
Yeah.
That whole crew that did that entire production is a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So those guys that were putting that together, weren't from the school of, event production that has been around. I mean,
you can totally tell.
Yeah, they were treating it like a live event, like a streaming event that they would do on YouTube, and it definitely showed from what I could see.
Yeah. And people paid $50 for that, like me. I want my money back.
Oh, but he made a killing.
Well, I know they're smart. They're very good at making money, but not very good at making quality shit. So, All right. Well, thank you for your news. Rest in peace, Scott Rudin's career. Who other than Jim Steinman died?
Felix Silla, the guy that played Tweaky on Buck Rogers.
Cousin It. Oh, boy.
He was Cousin It.
He was what, 87 years? 84.
84, yeah. That's quite a run, but sad to lose him.
I think I met him. You've met him, haven't you? He's been at Dragon Con in the past.
He does come to cons, and he did come to cons and stuff.
Not meet him, but saw him and was in the proximity of him. I know that he and Gil Gerard used to do a lot of stuff together. I saw Gil Gerard's post.
Yeah.
Pretty sad, And
the Croft brothers have been talking about him too. I guess they worked with him. And another person that worked with the Croft brothers, Les McKeown, who was the lead singer of the Bay City Rollers, just passed.
Oh, that's sad.
65 years old.
Oh, man. All of our people that we liked for a week in the 70s are going away. No, that's not fair.
The Bay City Rollers were huge for a while there.
They were. In SATURDAY, Night. What a great song that was. It's a huge hit. I can't believe they didn't have any other hits. But they had a Saturday morning TV show, didn't they?
Yeah. That was produced by the Croft brothers.
And then there was the Hudson brothers. You remember the Hudson brothers?
Yep.
Kate Hudson's father was one of the Hudson brothers.
Yep.
Oh. Well, rest in peace, Les McKeown and Felix Silla. All right. You guys are really You guys were dead on about the Nevers, by the way. I watched the second episode. It got better than the first episode. It's a good show. Wow.
Really, I noped out after like the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
I thought I would. I loved it. And you know me, I'm like, I love anything with empowered superhero females. No, it's a well-written show. I like it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of preacher cast sprinkled in there too.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. But Steph, what made you nope out? I'm just curious.
It just seemed like very Mary Poppins-ish to me.
Oh,
You didn't wait for the Nick Frost to show up.
No.
Yeah, it gets darker.
that gets very dark.
Yeah.
As long as it gets dark, maybe I'll go back to it and watch it.
Nick Frost is like a who's that guy that ran all the street urchins in Oliver Twist? Fagin?
Yeah,
Kind of like that.
Donald Fagen from
That's what he really did.
Billy Dan. He ran.
I only like that time period of people are getting killed.
Well, then you should have kept watching.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And Hair Star's in it too, so you gotta watch
Mhm.
Hair
for
Okay.
Pip Warren.
Yeah,
All
with
right,
a
I'll try-
nice waft of hair on his head. too.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll go back to it.
but I get what you're saying. The first 10 minutes are like, oh, okay, this is kind of stupid.
Once that
Yeah.
spaceship comes over, man, it's like goes nuts from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it changes everything.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll try it.
Steph, I hear you are working really hard to make sure their dogs get adopted.
Yeah, Mr. President, you should totally come out to Atlanta Motor Speedway this weekend.
Is there a race? I'll be
It's a
there.
Monster Jam. It's a
Oh,
monster.
hell
truck
yeah, I
jam.
love monster trucks. Fuck yeah, I'll be there. Fuck it. Laura and I'll get a hotel room at a Days Inn down there by the racetrack.
Who's your
Oh.
favorite? Who was your favorite monster truck in the 80s?
Oh, Bigfoot. Still is. I don't care if they change the driver. The truck's the same.
Since you're painting immigrants, can you paint Gene Simmons?
I don't like Kiss all that much. But I'll happily paint him. I'll paint him for you. You want me to paint Gene Simmons? I'll paint him
Dude.
right now while Steph
What
does
did-
the dog thing.
What did KISS stand for, by the way, Mr. President?
Knights in Satan's service. That's what my dad said, but my dad's dope. May he rest in peace.
I can do it.
Yeah, that was terrible. Dana Carvey's an asshole. Only good impressionist from Saturday Night Live, Will Ferrell. He did a real good impression of me. I liked it. Very respectful. Now do your dog thing. I'm gonna paint.
Oh, no, that was, well, yeah, come on out to the Monster Jam Fest this weekend, April 24th and the 25th, and stop by the concession stand, and you'll see us out there in our well, you won't see us in Barkville shirts, but we're wearing their shirts and hats, and drop us some tippage.
Can you get me Bigfoot's autograph?
I'll do my best, but I won't be there, so
Are you still selling the raffle tickets? Or are
the
you
raffle
sold out?
tickets are still very much selling. We got like a couple more weeks on that, so we could post the link again if you guys are interested. I know some of the radios have bought some, and I mean, who could not use like $3,000 worth of Lazy Boy furniture or $2,000?
I'll
And the
take a
tickets are
Barca
only
Lounger
$20
if
a
you got one.
piece.
You got a Barca Lounger? I'll take that.
Oh, it's it's a Lazy Boy, so it'll last for like 20 years.
I gotta get rid of this Papazon chair, so I need something.
Lizzo's?
Yeah, my Papazon chair broke.
Anyway, so if you are interested in, even if you're not interested in monster trucks, if you want to foster, adopt, or just donate some
YouTube
money,
page to see that.
go to barkvilledogrescue.org. Woof.
You want to see?
Canine.
You want to see a guy I drew last week who I changed his shirt to make it less offensive?
I'm scared.
Rush Ripper. Guess what I changed? What letter? That's right. It was the R. It was a different letter before that.
You are a scoundrel.
I'm not. Here I drew a picture of Joe Biden. He's your president. I like Joe Biden, but he's sort of king of the North or some shit. Stupid show with the dragons. All right, this has been a fun show. Thank you to Call for being here and Ace Frehley or whatever the fuck. What's his name?
Saul.
Saul Lipschitz and
Saul Stanley.
Saul Eisen is his name. No relation to Rich. Thank you to this dad mug and to the lava lamp that Steph has. No, seriously. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will be back on Tuesday. So until then, keep it canon.
And have a good trip, man.
Thank you, dude.